All right, you guys, real quick. So just letting you know, look what's out. Couldn't find any seeds, but I did see those out. Now, I think that when I was at the store, it's probably being put on the shelf because the temperatures have dropped here. I couldn't find seeds for a while, but I did get cabbage and I got some green bean seeds because I ran out last year. I did very well on my green beans. And I got broccoli there, so super excited about that. All right, let's check on the chickens here. Okay, it looks like they got into their house, but if you guys want to see something crazy, look at that. You know what that's called? Gentrification. You see those new houses right there? 3 right behind me. But that wood stock over there, I actually am getting ready to get rid of this and burn it all down because the wood got kind of wet or whatever. And then I have my shed. Chickens put away here. Hey girlies, aren't they adorable? 3 little birds. Red. I should name you guys Red, White, and Blue. We should change your names. Hi girls. Good night, girls. So I'm gonna put them away. And then, because I've been shopping all day, let's take a peek at the garden. We do recycle. I'll get into that in another video. Okay, you guys, so let's head on into the greenhouse and see if we've lost any crops or gained any crops, okay? Okay, so yeah, so if I didn't do my introduction, I am Dana with Little House of Gardening. Sorry about that. My son was goofing around. Alright, so if you guys are in a warmer climate and you like corn, I strongly recommend it. So I repotted this last week. And as you can see, I mean, it's doing well. We're up to about 6-7 inches there. And corn will grow thin like that until the stalk gets really thick right here. And so this is doing well. I'm a little concerned about the one turning brown. You want to look for a healthy green leaf. So I might do some pruning on that. However, the good thing is that I don't see any plants missing, so I might have got the hole this week when I worked on things. I worked on sealing that hole that was in here. All right, you guys, so this is the cool thing. You guys saw me prune the mustard greens. I think that was what, maybe a few days ago. And like, I can already see from here that they've grown back completely. But let me take this mesh off so that you can see it, okay? All right, you guys, so that's definitely taller. I can see with my eyes that it's grown since we've pruned it. And I will measure it for my YouTube subscribers. This is much bigger also, and so are these. However, they do like a lot of water and they do feel a little dry. So let's go ahead and get them watered up. I don't like to let them get dried out, but they're doing great. For all my new subscribers, if you haven't been following me, I am growing what my family likes to eat, which is like mustard greens, collard greens. I just bought the cabbage packets. These are collards, and a combination of collards and mustards. And then I have some parsley, lettuce, grown from lettuce, and green onion. All of which, you guys, I'm gonna just keep it honest on this camera because you guys can't see it. They all need to be watered. Honestly, like, Dana, get it together. But I did go out last night. First time in a long time, and we had an amazing time. I did a lot of times, didn't I? My children are just getting old enough to where I feel safe going out in large crowds. And so we did go out and see the fireworks. And so I didn't get my usual gardening time in because I had to take a nap before that. I'm a napper when it comes to long nights. But look at that lettuce. It's looking beautiful. So what I'll do this weekend, you guys see where I'm growing lettuce from lettuce. I'll go in and add some soil over that. These are also collards that are growing and they need to be repotted. I won't do any repotting now. I'm actually going to save that video for next weekend. But guys, everything is looking good. And then I want to point back to the leaves. Something else that I look at when I'm growing, you can even see that the width of those are growing too. What I'm using, if you're growing in an apartment, this is just one of those collapsible tables. Do you guys see that? It has handles on the sides. The clear bins at the bottom, I put the plants in the event that like it starts freezing up, and so that we can cover our crops. Let's look at our onions, growing onions from onions. So this is another situation that you can see. You see that green? That is the new onion beginning to form, and that is phenomenal. Another good signal out here, you guys, that I don't see, when you overwater, you will see a bunch of gnats, like fruit flies, and I don't see that. And that is something that I really struggle with. Gosh, I gotta make that frame because this is gonna drive me insane. I really struggle with the gnats. Did anybody else like struggle with that? When I was first gardening, I couldn't get my watering together. And so now this is a clear indication that everything is healthy. So let's go ahead and water these here. Did I leave my cup out? I usually leave a watering cup out. I use the same cup. Maybe, it's really weird. So I keep a watering cup out with me, but there's a backup. No, that's not a backup because it's empty. That's really weird. Let's see over here. So let's look at this side of the nursery. So this is like arugula and more lettuce, the sunflowers. And guys, I'm really happy that nothing got into these plants. So it's collards. There's actually 2 here. Just give those some space. They're looking good because the temperature dropped a little bit, so I always get kind of nervous. Okay. And here is this. This is another one. So they're looking good over here. These aren't dried out either. And then we have our arugula, which is great, and our sunflowers, which I'm attempting to grow sunflowers in chicken poo. That's chicken poo, just to see how it works. I do these experiments, guys, so I'll let you all in on it. But let me pull this up. Okay. So this is my attempt at growing sunflowers in a mixture of organic soil and chicken poo in the outdoors. In fall, the temperatures have ranged from about 2 degrees to 60 degrees. The soil is moist, and so far nothing has died yet. I'm just convinced I can grow sunflowers in the winter, but we will see. This is one of the dollar store containers that I'm not a big fan of, and I am just attempting to find some use of them. But so far, if you look at that, it's really, really pretty. I don't have any issues with it. I'm just gonna keep going for it. This one has 4 leaves on it, And once I get a cup, I can water everything. But again, I have literally misplaced my cup. Let's check under here. Oh, there it is. There's my cup, you guys. Okay. This is my little cup. It's not even that big deal. One thing that I learned with gardening is putting stuff in the house, taking it back out, putting your stuff in the house. It's just a huge inconvenience. So you need to have a place and a source for your gardening items. So I'm working on an outdoor shelf space. Let's get some water here. And I'm actually going to really water that up because it's so dry. Let's talk about measurements. I'm doing about probably half a cup on these larger pots, 3/4 cups on like the medium size, and I'll probably do like 1/4 of a cup. I don't know, I cook, so I'm kind of like using these measurements. I don't even really know how to measure it if you don't. Yeah, so I kind of can eyeball it because I cook. If you don't like cook or anything, the key is like not overwatering. So this is one of the ones that I used to overwater. I just want to show you guys this. Well, you see that at the bottom. So this particular pot holds water in general, right? So what I was doing was like, I'm like watering, not realizing that this pot has water sitting, right? So it doesn't need to be watered too often. So kind of keep that in mind. These are just like these weird little things that you begin to notice over time. And like, this is a whole task. So I don't have a watering system yet. Like, you know, you will see big farmers with like the fancy filtration systems and everything. And I'm not there yet. You might be, but you can do that. I actually kind of enjoy this. Little homework. I don't know. But guys, I ran out of parsley this week. This is funny. This is my parsley story, and that cup just slipped. Anyway, they'll be fine. So that's definitely an overwater, right? I love parsley. So look at that. That one just popped right. I've been growing back parsley. And so, gosh, I lost my train. Oh, I was growing back some parsley because I ran out of parsley. And now I'm refusing to buy parsley until this parsley is bigger. That's just what I'm doing. Because it motivates me to really, really try to build up my crop space. I want to tell you guys another thing too that I learned. And I'll get into this later because I don't want to discourage. My whole channel and platform is to encourage you that you can do it. But one thing that I noticed is spacing is so important, even when you're doing container gardening. So recently I took all these plants off and I only left like the mustard greens out, and I put everything elsewhere, and I noticed they just began to really thrive. And it's because plants need a lot of space just like humans, right? So now that they're back congested, yes, they're growing, but they're not thriving as fast as they could. So that's something that I'm working on. Let me show you guys. This is the greenhouse so far, right? So I have that table. I have this little baby table with all the arugula on it, and it's doing great. But the inconsistency of the table. So here's our arugula, and this arugula does not need water, by the way. It's doing great. And I'll do a before picture. And so what I have found is like, so that one, that's a handmade table, my little toolbox, and then I have this little space, and then I have this. So my plan for this space is I'm gonna add more of these like tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 4 more, and then I'm gonna buy a few hanging baskets for up there, because what I realized for me is that I enjoy consistency in the look. I know some gardeners don't, but I really appreciate that. And I do want to have like set spaces where certain plants can thrive. Like I think with the parsley, actually I think I want to do like a herb table and then like a vegetable table. But the thing about that is some herbs do help vegetables grow. So I'm just still trying to find my way and figure out what works, right? So that's what's going on here. Also, this is another sweet corn. You guys can see that one's really doing great actually. So that corn needs a lot of space. I'm gonna have to move that soon. But yeah, we'll be eating good soon, and I'm just super thrilled with all the growth. And honestly, less is more. I have not done much with this this week, and I'm just kind of letting it be and letting it grow. And that's also a very huge part of gardening, is do what you do and then trust the process. Okay, you guys, so that was my video for today. So I am super duper excited about today. I didn't get my camera stand out because I have to work early in the morning. I'm going in earlier, and getting that camera thing out, putting it back. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna put the whole stand up, because I do want you guys to see me repotting. I'm gonna try to do a repotting video. I want to know what's going on with you guys. How's it going? Do you like it? What did you do for New Year's? I'm in heaven when I'm with my plants. I don't know. Give me feedback, leave me a comment. I love to hear from you guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.